Good morning, it's Scry here, coming to you from the water's edge in Victoria, Australia. Just lapping up some of these rays of sun next to this calm water, which is just beautiful. So serene, so calm and serene, it's so nice. But yeah, it's not going to be for too long because I've actually got news that I'm heading into Melbourne. I'm heading to move into Melbourne because I've lived out here by the coast for the last couple of years. I went travelling. You guys probably remember I went travelling in the van for a little while, and then I positioned myself back on the coast in Victoria here. And I've been here for nearly 2 years now, so I'm just feeling like it's time to move in into the big smoke, into Melbourne. I'm from Melbourne originally, so it's not sort of that new, but it is also somewhat more condensed with people, and you know that has its challenges on a lot of levels, but it is something that I feel is important at the moment, to be around more human contact. So that's what I'm doing, and it's going to be sad to be, you know, moving away from this beautiful water. I won't be able to come down and have this beautiful morning calm water to kind of soothe my soul, but I'm sure I'll find it in different ways in Melbourne. But yeah, I thought I'd just update you guys with what's going on. Yeah, I've obviously been looking at crypto, and it's pretty ugly, nasty. We have been on the roller coaster down. And yeah, to be honest, it's been years being in crypto now, and like toward the start, and for many years really, I would look at my portfolio sometimes and just cringe, and it was like gut-wrenching kind of, oh no. And you know, I did go through periods of shuffling things around, selling and buying, and you know, when these types of things happen, but my being is just now, okay, just hold on, and I'm sort of tuning out of it. It feels like, you know, it's okay, you know, as long as you stay aboard the ride, I feel as though it's going to be okay. But yeah, it is pretty ugly when your portfolio goes down so much. I mean, mine this morning is just down so much. I'm like, oh, but yeah, as I said, it's kind of a little oh, and then I can move away from it. I'm not thinking about this. We're moving along, and everything is as it's meant to be. So it is exciting if you want to pick up some of these dips, but you must be a brave warrior if you're going to do that. And you know, we may go down further, so if it was me, I'd be DCAing rather than just quickly buying chunks. But everyone does their own thing, not financial advice. Yeah, so what else to say? The beautiful little Patreon group we've got going on is evolving nicely. So many beautiful community members are coming over and introducing themselves, and you know, working out a flow over there of what works and what works best for the community, and essentially what works best with what Spirit wants to give as well. You know, it's like a balance of finding that. But I did do a couple of extendeds recently, which I really enjoyed. So we did the crypto market update the other day here on the channel, but I did an extended, just moving into more kind of fine-tuned areas of the reading that I felt drew me in. So I then went back and revisited some of them, and yeah, I find that that's a nice flow. I really enjoyed to do that. So yeah, and there's other things, I'm just taking it slow, taking it gently, because a lot of things is, you know, moving in life on so many levels for me, and just trying to stay centered, because I could, you know, fly off like, oh, there's so many things to do, you know, like it's a busy time on so many levels, but it's also very exciting. I feel like there's this change that's taking place, and it's much needed for me. Yeah, but what else was I going to say? Yeah, just wanted to check in, say hello. I hope you're all doing well out there. where you are positioned around the world, around the globe. Like, it's incredible. So I love it. So I love the connectedness of everybody. One other thing I'm going to mention is I have some readings that I've opened up for September. It's probably only going to be a handful of readings this time around because I don't want to spread myself too thin, and yeah, life is a bit busy, but I just feel like I'm opening up a handful of readings for September. So if you'd like one, please get in touch via the About page of the channel and the email there. So today, start of the week, a Monday, much new stuff brewing, much change approaching quite fast. Actually, one thing I want to mention is somebody in Patreon spoke of a little story about things not turning out as predicted, and sometimes things appear in the way that they're shared to appear, like, you know, like things come through in readings in certain ways, and perhaps they can eventuate, but just not in the way that you expect. And it's always interesting to look back on how things actually do end up transpiring, you know, because we can always think we know, and I think that's the whole thing with me. Moving back from these readings, it's like the more I try and fine tune and get precise, it's almost like it doesn't do it justice, because in the nature of readings, it feels very much more expansive, and like we're essentially reading outside of time and space. So that's why things are difficult to predict in regards to timings, dates and whatnot. But in leaving it more open and more expansive, there's more scope to actually hear what's coming through. And of course, you know, if I move into getting more direct, intricate information, there can be you know, ways that it hits and works out too, absolutely. But sometimes it's nice to just leave it open, because I feel like the nature of readings is outside of time and space. So if I'm trying to squash it into time and space, you know, it's okay, it's got its place, but it also sells it short. And that's just a reflection I wanted to share. So things turning out differently than you expect, but they may turn out as was predicted, but just slightly different, not in the way you expected. So yeah, just something to think about this morning. Okay, I'm going to leave it there and just take in a little bit more of this calm morning water before I get back into the day, and got a few things to be doing. I've got readings I've got to do actually too, so they'll be interesting. But I will be back soon, and take care everyone, and many blessings to all of you. Raven Scry signing off.